do a quick little pull and see what this thing feels like when you really get on it. I drove it here specifically because I wanted to see what the driving experience is like in the Type R versus the Nissan Z. We got the electric car. Gap City, baby. Gap City.
Yeah, there's love, there's hate, lies and games, faith.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. And today I'm finally going to get the opportunity to test drive a brand new Nissan Z. It's going to be, well, it's a used Nissan Z, but it only has like 300 miles on it. So yeah, it's practically new. 2024 Nissan Z. We're going to go test drive it, see what it's like, and compare it to our FL5 Honda Civic Type R. Now, as you know, we already have our family vehicle. That's where we take our kids and do everything. Our Mazda CX-90. And the FL5 Type R is more like the fun car, my fun weekend car, because my daily is now my 2024 Volkswagen Golf GTI, which I just ordered parts for, some performance and suspension parts. So stay tuned. We got a lot of stuff happening with our GTI, but I digress. We go back now to the Type R. So the Type R, I love the way it drives. It's one of the best shifters of any car I've ever had. And it just kind of does it all. Like before, I go film this video, and test drive the Nissan Z, I'll show you just how practical it is. So I have some of my gear and stuff up there in the front. You got the beautiful red interior, but I just got through getting groceries. So I'm just gonna unload all the groceries here in a bit. But before I do, I'll show you. So stacked it up with groceries, like filled up with groceries, but then look, we can still have two grown adults in the back here, with groceries and everything. So it's super practical, it's fun, it's fast. So there's a lot of ways where the Nissan Z won't be able to compete, but I'll be honest with you, I believe that the Nissan Z is a better looking vehicle. The Nissan Z is just a very good looking vehicle. I love the way it looks. And, I miss having a rear wheel drive, manual gearbox, fast car, because with the Nissan Z, the tuning potential, I believe, might be better than the Type R. I think you'll be able to get more power out of it, and you'll probably be able to put the power down better since it's rear wheel drive. But it's still going to be tough because I love how practical the Type R is and how fast it is stock. Like it's completely unmodified in its stock. And I mean, I don't know, it just does a lot well. And the way it drives, I love the driving feel of the Type R. But yeah, let me go unload all these groceries, and then let's head out to Audi of Melbourne to meet up with my guy John and test drive this 2024 Nissan Z Performance. All right, with the manual gearbox. So without further ado, let's go. All right, on our way to Audi of Melbourne to go check out this Nissan Z. So we had to pull up in the Type R because, as you know from the title of this video, FL5 owner finally test drives a Nissan Z. So I want to see what all the hype has been about, because I love driving our Type R, and I think that the Nissan Z it looks great. I love the way it looks, but with me being 6'6", who knows if I'll be able to fit in there. But yeah, let's see what it drives like, because if it drives really good, who knows, I might make a move to get it. I just might. But yeah, so we're pulling up now to Audi of Melbourne, and there it is right there, if you guys can see it. Yeah, so let's see how this goes. All right guys, so we finally made it over to Audi of Melbourne. You see we came with FL5 Honda Civic Type R, and I drove it here specifically because I wanted to see what the driving experience is like in the Type R versus the Nissan Z. This is a 2024 Nissan Z, right? Yeah. All right, so 2024 Nissan Z. How much miles does this have on it?
That's 800 miles,
like 300 something miles. So it's practically brand new, and it's selling for what, 51,000, right? 51,000, manual gearbox. You see this blue on here. Now look at it. Just I gotta take it around. I'm not sure if my camera is doing it justice, but it is beautiful. Like, just a gorgeous car. Like, you know, shout out to the whole MLC. Shout out to 100 Gang Nate, Blueprint 1 Elite, Q to Chaotic. Like, so 100 Gang Nate just got his Supra, and I'm sorry, bro. Like, you know, you my boy and everything, but I think that this Z looks better than the Supra, man. Obviously, I'm pretty sure the Supra performs better, but as far as looks, woo, I think the Nissan Z is getting it. Like, from the front to the back. Look at that back angle, man. That back angle is sweet. Yeah, it is gorgeous, right? So let's take a look at the interior real quick. I personally feel like the Nissan Z interior even looks better than the Supra. Like, I like the interior here. It is nice. Let me see. Okay, we're gonna pop the hood here, and let's see what we got underneath the hood. Do you know the horsepower of this thing off the top? I believe it's it should be like 400 horsepower, whereas the Supra is like 380 or something like that. Yeah, so 400 horsepower. I think the torque is like 390 or something like that. Oh, 350. So 350 foot-pounds of torque. You got a twin turbo V6, basically like a baby GTR engine. Only thing I got to do like Radies and give it a zonk. It does not have a hood strut. It has a prop rod, so, but then so does the Type R. The Type R also has a prop rod, so yeah, that's the only thing that I can say. Love the two-tone. I know my boy Will Motivation, he's gonna like the two-tone. Now, Will, I know you're telling me that I should get this car, but at 6'6", I don't know how well I fit in here, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Let me see the trunk space. Let me see how you open this. Okay. So you open it, oh yeah, you gotta get, all right. So trunk space, oh man, this is bigger than what I thought it would be. Like, yeah, this actually, you can space in the front. Yeah, and oh yeah, so there's space right down here as well, but there's space here in the back. Let me see what there is underneath. I'm not even gonna bother. I know there's no spare tire in here, but as a grocery getter, this should do well. You should be able to pack up all your groceries and stuff. Probably fit a couple bags of luggage in here. Yeah, that should fit just fine. All right, guys. So I'll do my. Oh yeah, you can put it back. I'm gonna go ahead and do my fall into the car challenge. See how well this does. All right, so this is me, 6'6". I'm gonna try to fit in here. Ooh. All right, not that bad, I actually fit in here pretty decently. So all right, our sales guy, his name is John Alvarez. So if you want this car, go ahead and hit up Audi of Melbourne, ask for John, tell him Race Car Friend sent you. He's gonna give you the hookup. Like, really solid guy. So we're gonna ask him to go on camera duty for us so we can drive this bad boy and see what all the hype is really about. All right, so we're about to set off in the Nissan Z, and then, like I said, I'm 6'6", so if I really love the way how this thing drives, I'm probably gonna get one, because I could fit in here slightly better than I do in the Supra. Obviously not as good as I do in the CX-90 or the Type R or the GTI, but you know, it's better than the Supra, I'll say that much. Now, I know Q to Chaotic reviewed this and talked about he didn't like the way how the shifter worked. So far, I have no problem with the shifter. My only issue is not having enough leg room. Like, yeah, I do feel a little bit cramped, you know? But for somebody, I think, like, even if you're like 6'3", I think even that slight of a difference in height will make a difference. Or if you have shorter legs, you might be fine as well. But let's see. Okay, first gear, it looks like it really wants to go. So I know what this reminds me of. So driving it, first off, it reminds me of a Mustang GT. That's what it reminds me of. I was trying to figure out which car it reminds me of, And at first I said the gearbox sort of reminds me of like a BMW M car, but nah, it feels more like the suspension and everything almost reminds me of like a Mustang GT, but it looks better than a GT. So you know, so yeah, this is going to be interesting. Now the gauges and everything is actually really cool. Like, oh yeah,
mode there?
Yeah, you got sport mode. Let me see. Okay, I think that's for the S mode. That's for the shifting. Yeah, I think, yeah, once that's in, I think it does the rep matching for you. But I'm old school, so I do the rep matching myself. But it shows you the tire pressure up front. It's 32. Yeah, I'll show you guys. So it shows you here 32 up front, 29. Oh yeah, it shows you all of them, like 31, 30. Yeah, it gives you all your tire pressure. Like, yeah, it's a nice setup, man. Like, I actually really like how the gauges and everything, it's kind of centered towards you. Love the built-in navigation. You guys know, like, I'm a huge fan of built-in navigations. Like, I love that it has that. I think for me, when I would add this to the channel is after we get past like 100,000 subscribers and I just want to add on a car to go race Nate. This would be the one. Like, I would get a Nissan Z then, or I might just go get like a Audi RS6 Avant. What do you think about that car, man?
Those are sweet cars.
Yeah,
they're really fast. Yeah, little rockets.
Okay.
For the wagons.
Right, yeah. You know, I love those wagons. You know?
Same engine as the RS7.
Oh wow, okay.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Turbo V8 engine.
And those, you can get those for like what, like 110 or?
Yeah, you can find a nice used one. We have one for under 100 right now.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
So how much are they new?
125, 130.
Okay, so yeah, it's like similar to like if somebody wants to get like a Corvette
right.
C8 06 or something.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so it's right. Yeah, it makes sense. But I know I would fit better in the RS6 than a Corvette because, yeah, I'm struggling here in the Z. Yeah, so if you guys want to get a Audi RS6 or Audi RS3, I know you guys have an RS3 on the lot as well. Yeah, so let's see what this thing pulls like. Oh, wow. Yeah, it definitely pulls. So I would say the way it pulls reminds me of a Camaro. It actually reminds me of the Camaro SS1LE a little bit, because it has power. Like, I was not expecting that level of power just on a first, second gear pull. So this thing, I'm starting to like it now. Like, I'm like, hold up, maybe I could deal with a little bit of discomfort, you know, for the speed. The speed makes it worth it, you know. Yeah. All right. I'm actually pleasantly surprised with the speed. Let's put it in the 5th and see. Yeah, cruise is really nice. So what I'll do, I'll just go down to the bridge and come back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Let's see. So at cruising speeds, this is a great cruiser. This is a great cruiser. And so, like, you know, I remember I was asking Will Motivation. I was asking him, how does he like take those long road trips in his Lamborghini Huracan, because like he's like 6'3", and his legs look like, in a Huracan, his legs look just like how mine look inside here. So I'm like, dude, how you do it? And he's like, man, the car is so enjoyable. Like, he almost forgets, you know, what his size feels like in the car. I'm starting to get that same feeling with the Nissan Z here. It's like the car itself is so enjoyable that you almost forget. Let me see, put it in the 6.
We just had a guy taking R8 to South Carolina from here.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a drive, man. That's
and he's 6'3", 240 pounds.
Yeah, so same deal. Same deal, yeah. You just... Oh, okay, this is... Okay. So yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of a pull once we come around here. Minus the dead animals. Let's go around that. Yeah. So we'll just do a quick little pull, see what this thing feels like when you really get on it. All right. I understand what you were saying now. It definitely has power. It's fast. The shifter, I feel like they built this car with the automatic in mind. I feel like the automatic is where this car would shine. Manual gearbox, it's fun. It's fun, but it's not as precise as I think the FL5. The Type R is a little bit more precise of a manual gearbox because that car only comes in a manual gearbox. You know what I mean? Like, this is also offered in a 10-speed automatic, but man, if I had the extra funds right now, I would just get this just because of how it looks and how much fun it feels. Like, I test drove that GR Corolla. Shout out to the guy that watches the channel that bought that GR Corolla. Shout out to you. But I feel like this is more fun to drive than that GR Corolla. And that GR Corolla is a whole lot of fun to drive, but I feel like this is slightly more fun. And for the people that are like 6'3" and under, this car is going to be perfect. I feel like it's going to be like the perfect fun, because let's be honest, it has a look, it has a presence to it that when you pull up somewhere, it looks like an exotic, wouldn't you say?
Right.
Yeah, it has that look to it.
You know what car is pulling out.
Yeah, exactly. And there's very few cars that look like this. So I think that this car looks great. It has really good power. Like, I can tell, you know, owning this, I would probably have too much fun with it. But, you know, great car. But as far as with me being 6'6", I think I'm personally going to stick with the Type R. But I advise one of you to come get this, because like I said, if I had the extra funds right now, I would just get this as a third car. Like, I would just buy it hands down because it's that much fun. It's a fun car and it looks so good. It comes with a Bose speaker system. I mean, you know, it's highly moddable. Like, you could mod the crap out of this and get big power. Yeah, I got to get used to the gearing is a little bit shorter. But yeah, this car is fun, and the gearbox feels solid too. It feels like it can take big power. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like a very solid gearbox. But yeah, I like it. Like, I don't know how else to put that into words, but I really like it. Like,
simple.
Yeah, man. Like, how do you feel after being thrown around in it a little bit?
No, it's a sweet car. I haven't had a chance to really take it out, so I was super excited for this.
Yeah.
Hands down, if I had the money, I'd buy this car too.
Same. Yeah, man. It's a solid car. So yeah, man, so if you guys are watching this right now and you're in the Melbourne, Florida area, or anywhere around Orlando or anything like that, even South Florida, come see my guy John. Ask for him at Audi of Melbourne and tell him Race Car Friends sent you. They'll give you the family discount. You know, they're gonna hook you up. All right, and yeah, man, that's it for this one, man. Race Car Friends out. The Nissan Z is nice, it looks nice, but it's got an uphill battle, man. It's got an uphill battle because the way this thing drives is on a different level. And I'll see if I can show you guys right now. Like, just gonna take this little turn here. Let's see. We got the electric car.